Well, good afternoon and welcome back to the Little French Homestead. If you are new, my name is Sherry, and if you do hear some outside noises, I am outside recording this, doing my voiceover. It's a little hectic inside right now. We have some girls getting ready for their 8th grade dance tonight, and the too much chaos going on right now inside, if you can catch my drift. So in a previous video, I did finally getting ready for summer, and I went over some things that I got from Amazon. Today I will be using some of these items to show you how to make your life easier for summer. So I got these rainbow plastic lids. As you see here, I'm trying to put the plastic seal on top of the lids. Now I do not need these right away, so I am going to go ahead and box those up. But these plastic lids are really good for storing in the refrigerator. Not them saying that the metal is bad, but plastic lid is a lot better to be go ahead and using inside your refrigerator, especially if you make like homemade mayonnaise or homemade salad dressings, or when my husband really enjoys that I have some overnight oats ready for him, ready to eat. These wooden lids I'm going to use for my spice jars. Now, I have in the past put on these metal lids a little too tight, and it's been sometimes a little difficult for me to get them off. Not that my strength has improved. I think it's weakening, LOL. So I just want to go ahead and change them out, make them a little easier. They have a fantastic seal too, by the way. I'm going to be making here my Italian seasoning. I need that for a recipe for dinner tonight, and I ran out. I will link that recipe below. What I am showing is all of the mason jars here. They're all the wide mouth quarts, and I am just going ahead and refreshing all of my cooking spices and just putting them in clean, fresh jars and then putting the seals on them. Now, I haven't put them in clean, fresh jars in a while, so I was like, well, if I'm going to go ahead and put on new clean lids, I may as well put in clean new jars as well, and then that way everything is all fresh and up to date. I had bought some butterscotch chips and some chocolate chips. They were a buy one, get one free, as well as the almonds and pecans. So I put them all in a quart jar, and they're going to go all inside my cabinet for later use, for when my daughter Abby loves baking. She's been a big part of my baking arsenal lately, and it is much appreciated. She just enjoys baking very much, and it helps me out so I don't have to. And you're gonna see here, I have all the spices. They are now all organized, and the lids are on as many as that I can. And I still don't have quite enough room, so I still have to use some of the small ones. Now I'm putting all of my dirty lids into my dishwasher. I love that top loading dishwasher right there. It saves a big headache for when I have to go ahead and find my lids and stuff, so I know that they are all right there and safe and sound. Here I'm making my famous one pot creamy parm chicken and rice. Now, I did make a video, and I can link the video and the recipe down below, but it is extremely simple. What you're going to go ahead and do is start off with some butter, some onions, and some shredded chicken. When I usually make my whole chickens to make broth, I shred the chicken down, stick it in the refrigerator and or freezer if I'm going to use the chicken later. And then when I need to make a simple recipe, I already have chicken aside, and I just got to usually cut up an onion. I am trying to figure out my new tool, which is a new lid opener, and I had a little bit of trouble getting that going. You're also going to add to that your garlic, your Italian seasonings, some salt and pepper, chicken broth, rice, and that is it. You're going to give it all a nice little mix, and then you're just going to put the lid on your on the pot, and you're going to allow it to cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. And then towards the end, you're going to go ahead and add your cream. It's heavy cream. You're going to probably want to use about 1 to maybe 2 cups, depending on how of a creamy richness you would like to use. I showed you here that I only used 1 cup, but I actually ended up using almost like 2 full cups, because I did add a little bit more rice after I had filmed this, and I really wanted to make sure that everything got thoroughly mixed together. And then I added some Parmesan cheese to it. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and shred your own Parmesan cheese, of course, that's going to be so much better. But I didn't have any real Parmesan cheese. You can see I only had the Kraft shredded cheese, but that is still okay. In my house, sometimes we call it stinky cheese. But you can use any amount that you want. I want to say I probably used a good couple of shakes, and then I ended up adding a little bit more on top once I was done. You could go ahead and add peas to this right now to add your veggies, or if you have, you can add some salad to the side, or even some roasted vegetables. If you were really wanted to go that far, you sure can. Serve it with a side of bread. What I just did for myself, because I was just tasting it and having a little bit right now, I didn't really get a chance to have lunch, so I just made myself a little bowl, and that's what I'm going to have. It was absolutely delicious. So I just want to say thank you so much for visiting my home today and allowing me to also come into your home. If you like these videos, please go ahead, like, share, but most importantly, subscribe, and keep on cooking. Bye.